Okay, folks, I am back. If you were on with me earlier this morning at 10 o'clock, as I typically come on live at 10 o'clock for Rapid Fire Fridays, I had a little technical difficulties. I was moving around a little bit. I was outside to start and then decided to move in because I lost the connection and something went a little wonky. My phone didn't like it. I made it through the whole episode, but then it wouldn't let me save it. So sorry for those that are going to be hearing this a second time, but I do welcome you. I'm happy to be here. My name is Annette Conrad. I am the owner and lead creative and your virtual instructor from Edible Impressions. So welcome to the new members. I know you're all community members. This is only being broadcast in the group. And I also want to say hello to my founding members. We are 2,800 as of this morning strong. And thank you so much for your interest. I really do appreciate you all being here. And the engagement has been absolutely wonderful. So everybody is sharing. There's a ton of positivity. And I just really do appreciate all of you that are in the group. And for those of you that know, I started this group truly out of my love and passion for the art of the decorated cookie, and also to be a resource for you to be able to transform your passion into your potentially livelihood, or at least an opportunity for you to make some extra cash on the side. So for those of you that don't know, I did start my profitable nationwide business called Edible Impressions from a hobby. So I've been where you're at, but I've got lots of things to share. So Rapid Fire Friday, what is it really quick? If you're not familiar, what I do is I look at the last week and I pick out 5 questions, scenarios, or wonderments, and I give you my perspective on them. I have to apologize for the background noise. If you are hearing pounding, we're gonna work our way through it. We are having our secondary kitchen renovated. So where I'm at right now, this is my operational space. So it's my upper area level where we do our cookie orders. And so oftentimes I do my Rapid Fire Fridays from my office. And the master classes right now are up in this area, but I'm really excited to showcase my new space where I'll be doing some in-person teaching as well come fall. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right in. I think I probably will go a little longer than my 10 minutes as I usually do because there's some really good topics for the week. So bear with me. If you need to hop off, no problem. You can come back. All of my Wednesday masterclasses and my Rapid Fire Fridays are always recorded so you can watch the replay. Okay. Being the positive person that I am, I'm actually going to dive right into a post that wasn't so positive. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I think it's an important lesson that we can all learn, or kind of a little reminder about the use of social media and technology. So I'll give you the scenario. I'm not going to name names. I'm not even going to mention the group where I had participated in this conversation was. I just think that the topic of conversation is important to have. So here's the post. It was something on this regard, and I've changed it around a little bit just for privacy purposes. So this person said, I swear it's so funny to me when somebody practically gatekeeps a method when it comes to cookie decorating. I asked a different question a few times last month, and I got a similar answer. This person has thousands of YouTube subscribers and is arguably one of the best cookiers out there. So she really doesn't have to worry about little old me amateur, not worrying about her. And so this really irked this person so much that they took the time to do a screenshot and to post it with 127 comments. Now, I think this kind of backfired because most of the comments were like, excuse me, this is why you received the response you received. So here was the question. It was a picture of a beautiful assortment of lemonade and strawberries, and it was clearly part of a class that this influencer, and I call her an influencer because this baker and decorator has been around for a long time. And the question was, how do you cut your tipless bags to get the shape without a tip? The response was magic. Okay, so apparently this response turned this person off so much that they went to their social media platform, they found a group that they wanted to post this in, and they really kind of berated this person and just said how, incredibly rude, how that wasn't appropriate without having all the information, honestly. Well, I think it kind of backfired because a lot of the comments, and I took the time to read, even though I don't like to waste energy on these types of posts. It's kind of like you read them and you just move on. But I needed to because, again, this is a really good lesson to learn, that we really need to understand that technology is an amazing tool. We are so lucky to be in this day and age where we have the use of technology, but it will never, first of all, always give you the information. You'll never get all the information about a particular post and the use of technology, and it will never ever portray the emotions that a human being feels. So I say that in the sense of, if you pose a question and you get a response and it's not what you were expecting, understand that you don't have all the information. It could be as simple as this person was just very busy and didn't have a chance to elaborate. You never know if this person's going to come back. I've done that myself. And so, really just think about that. And also what really shocked me the most, and then I promise to move on to the next question, is that this person, an influencer, was providing so much free content and so much valuable information over the years that the reason why I'm thinking that they didn't want to respond other than saying magic was because that was part of a paid course, part of this person's livelihood. So just kind of, just think about, before you post, really what was your purpose? And you just understand that, you just don't have all the information. Okay, so I don't have my bell with me, but I'm gonna move on to the next question. And thank you for those that are watching live. I do appreciate it. Thank you for those that are watching the replay. I really do appreciate your time. I really do. And please know if you have any questions or want to go a little bit deeper on any of these conversations or topics, just put that right in the comments, and I always go back and I will elaborate if need be. So, okay, so the next one is, why am I getting craters in my frog eyes? So there's a really adorable picture of these green frogs with little white and black eyeballs, and unfortunately the black portion of the eyeballs caved in a little bit. What's called, for most of you decorators are familiar, they're called craters. So, what is a crater? Basically, a crater is when air is trapped in the frosting, and as it starts to dry, that air needs to be released somehow. What happens is it just kind of caves in on itself, releasing that poof of air. So it was part 3 of a 3-part series. We talked all about flooding, and I do touch on a little bit of pitting or cratering. The key is you really just want to thicken up your frosting. That's going to help to avoid those craters. But in this case, to fix what she had showed, is you could just add a little dollop of frosting and take a little bit of a wet paintbrush and just dab it down. So you're essentially going to fill that gap and then smooth it out, and that should do the trick. And then another trick to avoid those craters is to actually add a fan. Put a fan on your cookies and just let that crust over sooner than later, and that should help avoid those craters. So ding, ding. Okay, so that was the second one. I'm going to move on to, where do I find clients and where do I start? Okay, 2 loaded questions. I could talk all day about both of those topics, but what I'm going to do instead right now is just refer you to 2 past master classes. One was back in March 10th, and it was 5 ways to increase your visibility, and then I had another one which was networking and collaboration. Both those master classes might spark some ideas and some thoughts about how you can find clients and how, what to do next when you've decided that you're going to take your passion, your hobby, and transfer it into more of a side gig where you're bringing in some extra cash, or you're going to make that big leap to having it be your livelihood for your family. And so the networking collaboration one was in September 24th. You can always access those free masterclasses by going to the events section in the group. And so really, I'll give you just a sneak preview. 5 ways to increase your visibility. Create a website, number 1. Even if you're a hobby, it's a great place to showcase your work. Then when you're ready to transform into a hobby, your hobby to a business, you'll have that platform ready to go. And also because you own that platform. Social media can be kind of scary because we never know how things are going to be changing. You want to invest in your networking, building a community. You want to leverage free resources. So I go deeper on all these topics. Focus on client experience is a big one if you want to find clients and have repeat customers. And then just do a little bit of rinse and repeat. Keep doing what's working, and if you've tried something and it's not working so well, think about switching over to something else. So those are really, really 2 good free masterclasses I would encourage you to go watch. Ding, ding. All right, now I cannot go on to the next question or conclude this Rapid Fire Friday without talking about the recent retreat that I attended along with Sylvia. And it was so fun. And I tell you, if you have the opportunity to go to Sugar Prism retreat, I know she has another one coming up in Florida in October. Do your best to get there because it did not disappoint. It was so fun. we learned so much, and we built so many great connections and made so many memories. We laughed and we learned, and we were in terror at some point because I think the place was haunted. Anyway, I won't go on and on, but I want to just bring this up because I want to know if you're investing in yourself. So, are you taking time to step away from your business or even your hobby? If you're still pondering, what do I do with this hobby? It was so nice in this retreat. There were about 20 of us, and there was a great combination of people that were hobbyists. There were folks that just started their business. There were people that have been in the business a long time. We had all skill levels, and it was so wonderful to kind of just knock ideas off of each other or just kind of understand where we all were, where we are, where we're going. So it was really wonderful. And my point here is, it is an investment in yourself. But what you can do is when you take advantage of something like that, now this happened to be a destination experience, and you don't always have to drive somewhere or fly somewhere or make it a multi-day. But for me, I chose to invest in this because it was multi-purpose driven, okay? The reasons why I decided to attend were multifaceted. It was time away from my daily operation. It was a way for me to appreciate my team. It was skill development. It was a mini vacation. So Sylvie and I went a day in advance so we could experience San Antonio. Note to self, next time we're gonna spend that full day not outside in 104-degree temperature, but we did see the Riverwalk and it was fantastic, and we had it all to ourselves because it was bloody hot out there, but it was still wonderful. We were able to see a city we had not seen before. Like I said, it was a wonderful opportunity for networking and collaborations. We created new friendships. Oh my gosh, it was just so lovely meeting people. We've already connected on Facebook, and we're already, continuing our chats offline. So it's really fun. We were able to go deeper on the particular product that we were learning more about. So you're going to see Sugar Prism Take 2, hand painting. And I know people have been asking about airbrushing, so that's going to be a really jam-packed full. That's going to be on August 24th. So by me attending, I was able to meet the creator of this project or this product. It was fantastic. So Michelle, 5 stars. It was absolutely amazing. Amazing all the way through. It was a way for us to support a women-owned business. So that's another reason. And honestly, it was just to go have some fun. So you can see that the investment that we made was multifaceted. I did not regret $1 spent on that, and I would do it again, and we plan on doing it again. So thank you for that. And I really my point here on this topic is, are you investing in yourself? So if you can't right now afford to go to a full day or a multi-day or a destination experience, look at your local community. There might be an hour class, a 2-hour class. You might find something online, of course, supplemental to my free master classes, but there's nothing beats that in person. Nothing beats that in-person experience when you can talk to people face to face. So I do encourage you to get out there, meet people, learn a new skill. You will not regret it. But there also is some planning involved. So, okay, I won't go on and on about that, but it was a wonderful experience. Okay, so the last thing I'll just touch on very quickly is for those that are transferring from their hobby to business. What I want you to do is think about how you're communicating what you do. Be charging folks. If you are committing to certain jobs, if you're planning ahead with work, with orders, you're starting to get busier, write it down. So develop an order confirmation that is going to put everything nice and tidy in one place. It's a document that you can use for your customers and also for you to execute. So I will down the road go a little bit deeper on that topic, but I think it's just really important that if you haven't started to write things down, I would recommend that you do so, just to protect yourself and also to protect your clients, and so that in the end you can have really happy customers, and that's really what it's all about. So okay, so that was, super fast. It was a lot to go through. I think I probably said more this morning, unfortunately, on that last topic, but I want to just make sure that we kind of keep these things going. So I'll mention 2 upcoming really quick for master classes. This Wednesday, August 17th, is going to be balancing your side gig with a full-time job. And I'm telling you, I've got lots of experience with that. I ran my hobby/business for 9 years. I know you're probably like, what? What, 9 years? There was a reason for that, and I will explain that next Wednesday. But I'm also going to share with you some tips and tricks on how to balance. You know, that word balance I do struggle with. So I think maybe it's a better word is manage. So I do have some tips and tricks. I was kind of making fun, and I know I've repeated this before, but my husband said, okay, wait a minute, you're going to be going on talking about balancing your side gig with your full-time job? Honey, I'm not sure you were all balancing much. So yes, there were times where I maybe wasn't balancing all that well, but I'm here to teach you, to show you, to explain to you, I think what went really well, and maybe what didn't go so well when I was doing my side business and working full time. And it's a lot, but there are ways that you can make it a little easier. I'm gonna share that with you on Wednesday. And then August 24th, a really good one, Sugar Prism, acrylic paint, hand painting, take 2. If you want to watch the first one, I forget the date, I'm sorry, but it was on a Sunday. We did a little sneak preview and explained a little bit about the product. And then because airbrushing is really hot on people's lists, we're going to be using the Sugar Prism products to airbrush. Oh my gosh, this stuff is magical. It is absolutely magical, this product. So we will see you all soon. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week, Wednesday. Thanks, everybody. Take care.